the New Orleans Saints defeated the Philadelphia Eagles by the final score of 26-24. New Orleans kicked 4 field goals in their victory over the Eagles, and Drew Brees played well, managed the game properly. Mark Ingram made some plays happen. You have to be impressed with Teron Armstrong's playoff debut. Didn't think he was going to do much at left tackle, but the third-round pick from the 2013 NFL Draft has lived up to the hype. Former Arkansas Pine Bluff player is making things happen. And if the Saints can get pressure on Russell Wilson and play at a high level like they did tonight against the Seahawks, the Eagles, well, things can happen. Plus, the Seahawks beat the Saints earlier in the regular season, and that probably aggravated the New Orleans Saints because the Seahawks got off to such a strong lead. They capitalized off Drew Brees' turnovers, and that's not going to be tolerated in the rematch. The Saints know they can't have those kind of careless turnovers, and this was one of those games where Brees had more interceptions and touchdowns, but the Saints still prevailed. They still triumphed. And, the Seahawks, they might have the turnovers this time. Drew Brees has his receivers at full health, and with the safeties double-teaming Jimmy Graham, it opens things up for Colston if he can get by Richard Sherman. Either way, it's going to be interesting. You got guys like Lance Moore, Robert Meacham, that can assist Brees out, make things happen. Nick Toon maybe. But with Carl Nicks and Ben Grubbs at guard starting at those positions, you got Zach Strief and you got a center. You've got the playmakers to make things happen. It's up to Brees to keep Seattle's defense in check, and you've got to come up with a defensive game plan to stop Russell Wilson. That is all on Rob Ryan, because you've got a few guys like Keenan Lewis, but Rob Ryan really has to coordinate this defense, come up with a game plan, because I expect the Seahawks to score a lot of points, considering the fact that Russell Wilson can make guys like Doug Baldwin, Golden Tate, and Jermaine Kearse, average receivers, look like solid starters. And you've got Russell Okung, you've got Marshawn Lynch, you've got a quality supporting cast surrounding these receivers. You don't have a number one tight end, but I think the Saints are one of those teams where they're capable of going into Quest Field, taking out the 12th man, plus they're mad about the last time they faced the Seahawks in the playoffs, where New Orleans lost to a 7-9 Seahawks team, and I believe that that's not going to be tolerated this time around. They know there's a demand, they know there's an expectation in this. New Orleans Saints could easily go into Seattle and knock off the Seahawks, and usually we see one of the 1 seeds lose in the divisional round based on the records, the credo, everything that's happened, and I can't see Peyton Manning losing in the divisional round 2 years in a row. So I'll go out on a limb and say the New Orleans Saints win this game, and if they face the Panthers in the NFC title game, then maybe they'll go to the Super Bowl. Who knows? The winner of tomorrow's Packers 49ers game, that late game, will go to Carolina, and that could be big for the NFC. It's going to be a lot of fun to see what happens with these wild card teams and how everything pans out.